Yesterday was the day a story of Arsenal's interest in David Raya was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano and David Austin. And here we come today to bring you the latest developments. A bid of Arsenal being anticipated as soon as possible. Looks like Arsenal have gone ahead to make contact with the representatives of David Raya. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the Transfer News Show. We are talking Sadio money, medical in Al Nassr, and hope you guys are really going to be knowing what he said as a set off from Bayern Munich to join Al Nassr. And lastly, we are discussing Victor Roque there for you. Roque is a deal that was done, but it looks like Barcelona have gone ahead to find a solution on playing this player or registering him this season. So let's see close to 400 likes. Smash on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as known to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now let's start it off with Fabrizio Romano. Early morning, he confirmed us that Arsenal made contact with the representatives of David Raya to discuss personal terms. Raya prefers a move to Arsenal over Bayern Munich. That is what we've been told by Fabrizio Romano. So Arsenal have made contact with the representatives of David Raya. So if you know the process of any deal, this is like the second process of any deal, because I think it's the first, because before you go to Brentford to obviously put in the money, you have to first talk to David Raya. Amidst David Raya showing interest to join Arsenal, there were no official contact to agree personal terms with David Raya. Looks like they've gone ahead to contact representatives with David Raya to discuss personal terms, and I think after those personal terms will be discussed, then David Raya will give Arsenal green light to bid for the player, to bid or to place their bid at Brentford. So personal terms have not yet been agreed between Arsenal and David Raya, meaning that Arsenal is still going to spend the next 2-3 days discussing what we call personal terms of David Raya. And personal terms will include the amount of money that David Raya is supposed to get per week. There is a sign-on fee. There is the agent fees. Obviously, that's so United lose out on a full player known as Kim Min-jae, because Bayern Munich provided more money to the agent than Manchester United could provide. And then lastly, it's all about the contract duration. Is it 4 years, 5 with option of a further year, 3, depending on what situation will be really faced by these two teams. Oh, I had even forgotten image rights. They have to also discuss image rights, because Arsenal cannot upload a photo of David Raya if at all it has not gone ahead to sort itself with the image rights owner of David Raya. So those are the 5 things to agree about as Arsenal sit down to obviously discuss personal terms. But I think Arsenal has an elite team of really professionals that have gone ahead to execute good deals, that have gone ahead to see to it that Arsenal is where it is and their wage bill is not so much hefty or turning into a burden that could obviously affect their financial fair play rule. So they've gone ahead to issue the likes of Declan Rice a deal of like £200,000 a week, Bukayo Saka £290,000 a week, Gabriel Jesus £265,000 a week. You would expect him to obviously have an increment in that, because he's not playing by the time he came and signed up for Arsenal, he was not playing in the Champions League, meaning that if the amount of money that they will put in for him, meaning that for Gabriel Jesus, his money is going to increase, and you never know, it might increase by 20%, and 20% of 260 is like around 20% of 260 20%, it's like 4, isn't that 40,000, 50, around there, meaning that he might see himself hitting £300,000 a week. and Bukayo Saka will be overtaken. So that is it coming in from David Raya. Arsenal have gone ahead to contact his agents, and they are all waiting to see that they get this deal over the line. Now, Grammy Bailey of the 90-minute football has told us that sources have confirmed to 90 minutes that Arsenal are looking to sign another high-quality goalkeeper to provide more competition for Aaron Ramsdale, with David Raya happy to enter into the battle for a starting spot at the club. Now, I've already told you that for David Raya, it's obviously one of those risks you will obviously put your career on. Aaron Ramsdale being one of the best goalkeepers in the league, you come in through and you come to displace him, unless otherwise you've been told that you're going to displace him and maybe they're going to sell him. But the situation that Mikel Arteta is willing to create at Arsenal is very, very deadly. I don't see these two going along together, because they'll be up there and everyone will be fighting for the number one spot. And whoever doesn't get it, trust me, competition is really going to be huge. But all these goalkeepers will be having suitors who will be calling them and informing them that we are going to give you fast team football. But David Raya comes in through with lots of hope that Arsenal needed me way back in 2020 and was supposed to be the first choice of Arsenal. But Ramsdale came in through because Brentford denied or rejected the bid that Arsenal made in 2020, and it was a bid of 10 million pounds, and Brentford rejected it, and Arsenal went in and paid that £1 million for Aaron Ramsdale in the summer of 2021. So after that story about David Raya, let's go deep into the Sadio Mane. I brought you a here we go that Sadio Mane to Al Nassr is a here we go, and Sadio Mane on his way to medical test as new Al Nassr player. It will take place this evening as expected. Fabrizio Romano came out and obviously confirmed that. Then before he left, he said the following, and it has been put to us by Political. Sadio Mane ahead of the Al Nassr medical. He said, "Leaving Bayern hurts me. I would have wished for a different ending. I know that I could have helped the team this season. Nevertheless, I only wish the club and the fans the best for the future," he told Political. So, for Sadio Mane, I really understand what he's going in through. But if you're Sadio Mane and you find yourself getting a deal very, very big like that, getting in money, you are 30 years of age, you're an African player coming in from a country like Senegal, and you almost feed 2,000 families on a daily, you need to get in more money to see to it that you see these projects obviously thrive. He's a man who's gone ahead to obviously be doing charity day in, day out. That is Sadio Mane for you. And going to Al Nassr is one of those deals that Sadio Mane will always and always and always want, because you are Bayern Munich, they signed you from Liverpool, 30 million euros, and they're not using it as supposed to be using you. So you just feel like, why not go where I'm wanted? Others will say, why hasn't he returned to the Premier League? I believe that Sadio Mane going to Al Nassr is like he has gone on a holiday. You can't compare the intensity in the Premier League with the intensity in the Saudi Pro League. Meaning that if at all he plays for like 3 years down there, at the age of 33, Sadio Mane can return back to the Premier League and obviously play at the same level with the same intensity that he showed us at Liverpool. As a player like him is really good and great and gets us the best that we deserve as a side of football. But I think the Senegalese national team are going to benefit out of him best, because he's not going to be injured a lot. He's not going to be played a lot, because the intensity of that league is not the same, and he's going to be having enough time to play for the national team. That is Sadio Mane for you. So he never wanted to leave Bayern, but obviously Thomas Tuchel is not interested in him, and you all know the reason as to why they want him out. To me, I think because he's African, and they believe if he has one bright season at Bayern, then he might be the star boy, the poster boy at Bayern. And you know how discriminative these Germans are, and they couldn't allow him to play for the club of Bayern Munich like that. So I see them doing that for Sadio Mane, but sorry about that, but they're not going to stop him because he's a man of a big heart, and I know he'll get back big and better. That is Sadio Mane for you. Now, after Sadio Mane, or before that, Sadio Mane is going to be playing alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, Alex Telles, and very many other players there in Al Nassr, and it's really a very, very, very beautiful gesture for him to come in through and obviously do the needful that side. So, lastly, let's discuss about this 19-year-old Brazilian international, that is Victor Roque. FC Barcelona could advance the signing of Victor Roque to this summer. So, Barcelona found themselves in a situation of agreeing a deal with Atletico Paranense. Everything was signed, but they couldn't register this player. But the huge news is that looks like Barcelona might be into a better position to sign this player this summer. And if at all they happen to sign him this summer, it will be a very huge boost in as far as the attacking line of Barcelona is really concerned, because they've gone ahead to have Lewandowski, good proven center forward, but 34 years of age, and they've always wanted to have a young striker, and that is Victor Roque. But registering him has always been a problem because Barcelona don't have a right to violate the financial play rule again, having been fined by UEFA with 500 million euros for the player, and they never really found themselves in the situation of getting this over the line. So for Victor Roque, he's coming into Barcelona, and as I've told you, South American players like to play for Barcelona because their legendaries, like the likes of Darima, Messi, and very many others, have gone ahead to thrive so much under those teams of the La Liga. But I think Premier League is taking shape, and it's going to become a very huge problem to those teams very, very soon, because the Premier League does its stuff. It's obviously very attractive, and it's going to hate also put in the shift that is. But for Victor Roque, he's a Barcelona player, and their plan was to keep him on Atletico Paranense for a 1-year loan, but it looks like Barcelona might find ways of really registering this player to be part of their season. So guys, your thoughts on to Arsenal contacting David Raya's agents are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about it? Sadio Mane, obviously speaking about not wanting to leave Bayern Munich as he headed for the Al Nassr medical. What do you make about it? And lastly, let's discuss a player called Victor Roque. Barcelona looking like they found ways of obviously signing this player or registering his player to play for them next season. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. Ciao, ciao, my Muslim viewers and subscribers. Barak Laufikum.